Welcome back to the 2025 Dream Nations Cup. We are getting set for the final round robin game of the Men's Division 1. It will be between Egypt and Puerto Rico. Will Wiggleman back with you. Winner of this one will move on to the semifinals. The loser will have to settle for a 5th place finish and head home. If there is a tie, things get very complicated. But here's where things stand in the Men's Division 1. Team Indigenous at the top. They've won the group with 5 points at 2-0-1. Central America just picked up a win, up to 4 points, now in second. Team Armenia in third, 1-1-1 with 3 points. And all 3 of those teams are done. So the 4th spot is open, and whoever wins will take on Central America in the semifinals. Again, if there is a tie, things get complicated with tiebreakers. And if I am looking at this correctly, a tie would mean that Team Egypt would advance based on goal differential. We will get into all of that and see if it comes into effect, but first, we pause for each team's national anthem. And those are your anthems ahead of this afternoon's game between Puerto Rico and Egypt. And in case you're just joining us, unaware of the stakes, the winner of this game moves on to the semifinals and would take on Team Central America. Meanwhile, the loser would have to go home. If there is a tie, then there will be a three-way tie between Puerto Rico, Egypt, and Armenia for the fourth spot. And that would have to be figured out via tiebreakers. Or for the third, fourth, and fifth spots. Again, if this is a tie, then Armenia, Egypt, and Puerto Rico would all be tied in points. And it would come down to a combination of goal differential and head-to-head. Puerto Rico has the head-to-head on Armenia. Egypt has goal differential on Puerto Rico. And Armenia has goal differential on Egypt. So that could get confusing. And we will figure things out. Hopefully it doesn't end in a tie. And hopefully we find out who is moving on with a winner here in this one. Team Puerto Rico, with a big win over Armenia yesterday, has put itself in a position to advance to the semifinals. Meanwhile, Egypt took down South Korea after being shut out by Armenia on day one to put itself in this position to advance. We are all set to go. And Team Puerto Rico gets the start in the offensive end. Now Egypt working up the right wing side. Here's Whalen, a shot. He scores! 19 seconds in, the Egyptians strike first. And Austin Whalen, who's been quiet at this year's Dream Nations, just one assist coming into this game after 13 points in 6 games at last year's Dream Nations. Gets on the board first, a perfect shot to the blocker's side of the goaltender Dylan Callahan. So quickly, it is a 1-0 lead for Team Egypt. Centering pass, tipped on goal, and a save made by the netminder, Adam Saba. Egypt trying to work it out their own end. Pops to the middle of the ice. Castillo for Puerto Rico. Down the wall, centering feed. Got all the way through. Atanasio keeps it in on the other side. Ortiz couldn't put it out in front. Knocked down by Castillo. Puerto Rico continues to cycle around in their end. Up top it comes, shot deflected, and a save made by Sabe. Puerto Rico still challenging, and Ortiz's shot just goes wide. Right after the Egyptian goal, Team Puerto Rico now pushing. Worked up at the line, just was kept in by Buenado as he skated around with it. Castillo working in deep. Now it's worked behind the net. Puerto Rico starting to get a change here. Santiago Dame and knocked off his stick, and finally Egypt able to escape their own end. It's tossed in by Zaid Solomon, but from his own side of center, so icing called against Team Egypt. Give you today's starting goaltenders. Adam Saba, the 36-year-old from New York, started the 6-0 loss against Armenia, gave up 5 of the goals. Trying to get back in the win column. Meanwhile, it's Dylan Callahan on the other side, was in between the pipes for the loss to Central America. A 21-year-old from Mount Sinai, New York. Puerto Rico trying to play back in deep. Solomon works out. Gets the red line, gets it in, and now Zaid Solomon can get off for a change. A couple of players came together away from the puck. That results in the net coming off its moorings. It's Adam Solomon involved for Egypt. And Chase Segué for Puerto Rico. Faceoff will come outside of the Puerto Rico zone as they rule that it was the Egyptian player that knocked the net off. As the lights come on here at the rink at American Dream. Egypt is offside at the Puerto Rico line, so we'll try it again from just about the same spot. Toma and Rivera take this space off. Toma able to push it back. And Egypt looking to set up the regroup. It's moved up towards Adam Solomon. Tipped into the offensive zone. Resto burst on it there. Toma behind the net. Trying to work out in front. Centering feed off the post. A shot there came in from Pirelli. At the line. Pass over. Pirelli. Had that one go off a couple of bodies on the way through, and out comes Puerto Rico. Segué sends it all the way through. Abdullah kept it moving. Pirelli couldn't get it out, and now it comes to him, but off his stick. Bodies flying everywhere, wearing Puerto Rican baby blue. Chesney couldn't get it out for Egypt. Puerto Rico back on the attack. Jimenez sweeping it up to the point. Nieves sent it through. It's blocked by Toma. He gets back after it. Abdullah up this way. Sent out of the zone. Toma able to dump it in, and he'll head off for a change. Seals starts up for Puerto Rico, makes a move and hands it off. Now a nice move before being taken down there by Jimenez. And back the other direction comes Egypt. Seals and Yassine Mustafa lock up. Comes around to the near side. Pass comes out. Here comes Nabozny. On the backhand, and his shot blockered away by Sabe. Castillo goes across to Nieves. And now Nabozny, who scored twice in last night's game against Armenia, the 4-2 win. In the far corner, Nabozny has it. Up top, one-timer. Atanasio got all the way through, and Saba with the pad save. Alex De Leon wraps it all the way around. He scored the game winner late against Armenia last night. That was the nightcap of day two, and it was a heck of a hockey game. On the right wing side, Ishak winds and fires. Save made by Callahan. Push back up. Still in the zone though. Whalen, the only goal scorer so far, lost it to De Leon. Chesney Issa steps in. His shot stopped by Callahan. Now launched out in the direction of Buonato. Menez came back to knock it away. Puerto Rico works in. Santiago Dame had it taken away. Buonato had it feed across, and as he was falling down, Ortiz made an attempt towards the net. Menez with a two-line pass that was taken away. Pardon me, that was El Badri with the feed. Menez this time turns it over. Buonato, Ortiz couldn't handle it clean. Shot from the point by Resto that hit Menez on the way through. One gets to the line, just out. And able to keep Egypt from going the other direction was Shea Segué as Egypt finishes up a change. El Badri trying to move up. Santiago Dame defending him. El Badri all the way around the net, keeps on chugging. Moves it up to the point. Abdullah didn't get much on that shot. And now it's moved ahead. Here's Buonato on a breakaway. Backhand, he scores! Jack Buonato has tied it up for Puerto Rico. after Abdullah had some trouble with it just inside the Puerto Rico blue line. Puerto comes down and puts home his first of the tournament. A Staten Island native playing for Atlantic Coast Academy. Knotted up at one apiece, exactly what we were hoping for in a winner-take-all game. Pass to the middle of the ice, but unable to get a shot away was Prianti. Now Simon Korchesny came over the line, and it's offside. Off this face-off, popped up in the air over by the Egyptian bench. Seal fires it in, hit his own man who was offside. That was Marlin. We get an offside call against Puerto Rico. About 8 minutes left to go in period one. Abdullah off the boards and out. Toma taken in hard. Seals lost his helmet in that scrum, and they'll blow it dead. It will allow Dylan Seals to get to his bench without any more issue. As he and Toma were tied up after the hit right in front of the penalty boxes. Gets set for a face-off just in front of the Egyptian bench. Pirelli gave it back to Abdullah. Wrapped all the way around and kept in the zone. Good job by Silverio. Adam Solomon couldn't work it out. Silverio looked to get it back deep. He's back on it, had his stick lifted. Silverio first to the puck on the near side. Wrap it around over to the far side. So Solomon got it out, and he ran over a Puerto Rican player as he did. And maybe another offside call coming here. For anyone who may not have been watching yet or is not quite a hockey fan, offside, you cannot enter the offensive zone before the puck does. And if the puck leaves the offensive zone, you have to leave as well before you can touch it again in the offensive end. This one icing, and that's simply when you dump the puck all the way down from your side of the red line. Face-off coming deep in Egypt's territory. Comes off to the boards. Sent towards the net. De Leon trying to find it in the slot. Now to Bosny behind the cage. Trying to spin away from some checks. Kept in by Segay. Thomas McGuire, number 3. Will wire it around. Now De Leon behind the net. Pass out in front. The one-time shot was blocked on the way through. Now Bosny centering feed one-timer and a kick saved by Saba. Now Excelek with a shot. That was knocked down. Here comes Egypt. Thomas McGuire able to push on through. McGuire wearing number 3 for Team Egypt. Sent towards the net. This one off a stick and up out of play. 6 minutes left to go in this first period. One-hour score as we get set for a face-off deep in Puerto Rican territory. Nieves chased by Ishak and Whalen. Ishak with the steal. He lost it though, Seals digging away. Now Santiago Dame takes over. Callahan back up this near side. Battled for, comes out of the zone, and now moved on for Santiago Dame with a step. His shot rose over top of the cage. Santiago Dame on it again, looking towards Ortiz. That was cut off. Menace able to toss it, but not out. Pardon me, that was Whalen trying to toss it, but not out. Puerto Rico back on it. Whalen on his backhand. Got it only as far as the line, glove down by Castillo. And now it's Matthew Ishak. His team in the midst of a change though, so Puerto Rico able to swarm on him. Rimmed it all the way around, where Ali coming off the bench is able to get towards the net. Callahan has it pinned there, and he will get the whistle. Just under 5 minutes left to go in an entertaining first period. Egypt and Puerto Rico knotted up at 1 goal apiece. This one tossed straight out of play, and we will have another face-off. Again, typically in hockey, if you do that in the defensive zone, as you saw right there, that is a 2-minute penalty for delay of game, but not here at the Dream Nations. Atanasio stops back away from traffic. Puerto Rico working up the left wing side. Getting in is Castillo, tried to drop it off. Fired off the corner boards by Christian Marlin. Rimmed around, all the way out and down, icing waved off. Rivera after it. Played it right back up the near side boards. Castillo. Pass off to his left, gets it back. Couldn't get the shot away. There's a shot on net that Sabe able to stop off the stick of Marlin. Marlin pushes it right back up the wall. Shot on goal, deflected, saves Sabe, and he also got the rebound that Marlin was hunting for. Couple players go down right on top of that puck. And Solomon trying to break free. Toma comes back for the loose biscuit. Tried to go towards the net, that didn't work. Trying one-handed along. Rivera overskated the puck, and Toma right back in. Shot from straight on, goes off a stick and wide. Solomon in front, and a save made Callahan, and he stopped Toma as well. Puerto Rico trying to work out. Rivera over to Priante, and he gets the red line, gets it in. Puerto Rico in the midst of a change. Fresh off the bench. It was bounced off the boards by Yasmin Mustafa. Puerto Rico trying to work right back in. Santiago Dame lost the handle. Seals right up, and it gets past Shahata Oliveira. McGuire goes off the glass. Santiago Dame settles it down. Couldn't fire back in though. Rimmed around. Santiago Dame picks it up there. Puerto Rico, a shot off a body and up out of play. We continue here. Puerto Rico able to win the faceoff back. Seals a shot, blocked on the way through. Comes all the way back down. And now Puerto Rico looks to work out. Yasmin Mustafa had it stolen. Nabazny on the left wing side drives the net. His shot off the mask of Sabe. Whipped across. Castillo in the middle. Nabazny Lost it in his skates. Up comes Egypt on the counter. Whalen with one in the game, and this time it's gloved and held by Callahan. Whalen scored on a similar play from just about that spot earlier. He put it blocker side that time. This time he tries the glove hand of Callahan. And the Puerto Rican netminder up to the challenge. Off the draw, comes back to the line. Shot by El Badri, knocked down by traffic. And Callahan able to cover. That was Trexler battling with Atanasio right in front. Sammy Trexler, the Zurich, Switzerland native. Atanasio able to toss this one out. Put it right back in. Sent towards the cage and just wide. Gotten out by Silverio. Right back in comes Menace. And long range try. Knocked down and covered by Callahan with 1:15 left to go in period number 1. A winner take all game between Puerto Rico and Egypt. And that's even before you get to the knockout stage. Our first true winner-take-all game and our only true winner-take-all game of the round robin. This one sent down low, and Whalen couldn't get a touch on it. Whalen battling with Segay, gets the puck, cycles it down and around. Resto trying to move it up the near side, got it out of the zone. The pass cut off by Whalen with the glove. Trexler on the outside, stopped by Callahan. Couldn't get the rebound back on goal. Santiago Dame with his head up, starts to hustle up ice. Santiago Dame makes a move. Still chugging. Santiago Dame tried a backhand pass in front. That didn't work, and out come the Egyptians. Caught from behind and taken down there was Saladan Mustafa. And holding is the call, but it might be against Mustafa. Indeed it is. Oh no, pardon me. Hooking called. Maybe a little bit of both. Yes, they do indeed get each of them. So Mustafa for holding and Buenado for hooking. We may get some 4-on-4 action here unless they call it coincidental. We'll find out with how many skaters move out onto the ice. It will be some 4-on-4. Face off, one back by Egypt, but the pass to El Badri out of his reach. Menace takes a look up, pass intercepted into Bosny. Just rose it over top of the cage, comes back to the point. Atanasio loads it up, Saba makes the save. Atanasio again, but he'll run out of time. And Puerto Rico and Egypt head to the first intermission, knotted at 1 goal apiece. Shots tied at 8 apiece. And this winner-take-all game has 30 minutes left to decide who's moving on to the knockout stage. We will be right back from the Dream Nations Cup at the American Dream Mall. back here for period number 2 between Puerto Rico and Egypt, tied up at 1 goal apiece. Want to welcome back Sally Osman, who was here joining us for the women's Egypt game, a big victory to end the round robin play for them. And she will be doing some Arabic translations for us. And as I said to Claudio of Brazil when he was on yesterday, you can say mean things about me in Arabic and I won't know. I just hope you don't.
Well, I promise. Well, this is going to be the last time I should say that I'll be speaking in English, but there will be no negative commentary towards you at all. That is a promise. But I will switch over to Arabic in just a bit.
Puerto Rico trying to move it along. Nieves on the right wing side. Takes the shot, rose over top of the cage. Caroms all the way past Atanasio. Here comes Ishak all by himself. Stops up. He scores!
جول لمصر، جول لمصر. إيشاك بكل سرعة، كل سرعة. ألف مبروك يا مصر، ألف مبروك.
A beautiful backhand to the top corner as it got past Puerto Rico at the blue line. And Ishak.
الهدف ده صعب. إيشاك دخل من الكورنر وعلى طول عارف ازاي ينشن ان هو يدخل من الكورنر من الجولي وكانت في كل سرعة. برافو يا إيشاك.
Second goal of this tournament for him and a big one for Egypt. They take back the lead.
تاني جول لإيشاك ودلوقتي هم في 2-0 في الليد.
We still play 4-on-4 here. The players still in the box from the end of the first period. El Badri trying to skate up with it. Able to chip it in deep. Atanasio after it for Puerto Rico. El Badri in there as well. They tie up. Atanasio chasing after that puck and he'll win it. 20 seconds left in the 4-on-4. It's moved up the left wing side. Ortiz throws on the brakes. Sent around into the corner. Marlin up to the point. Resto takes a look towards the net. That one off a body. Marlin back on it. Centered in front and swept away by El Badri. Players should be coming out of the penalty boxes right now. Should be back to 5-on-5. But either way, still even strength. As Egypt works in the offensive end. Menace towards the net. That one off the corner boards. Comes back around this side. Trexler and Segay after it. And finally they will let loose Mustafa and Buenado from the sin bins as the referee finally noticed and made the signal. Here's the lead pass ahead towards Marlin. He was tied up and that will be an icing against Team Puerto Rico.
يا أعزائي المشاهدين دي تعتبر ايسنج دلوقتي من ناحية فريق بورتوريكو. دلوقتي احنا لازم نرجع تاني للناحية التانية في الايس عشان يبدأوا البلاي.
Face off come all the way down to Callahan's end. And a fairly new rule in hockey is that often icing, the team with the offensive zone face-off gets to choose what side they want to take it. Toma has decided to take it to Callahan's right, and he wins it back. Behind the net now, it's Resto. Egypt takes back over. Solomon bounces it up top. Thomas McGuire working down the boards. Down low, Solomon. Touch pass in front. Toma stop. Rebound. They score.
جول لمصر. جول لمصر.
Adam Solomon tenacious around the front of the net. Egypt opens up a 2-goal lead.
الجول ده كان لآدم سليمان. آدم كان دلوقتي وصلنا ل 3-1 لمصر.
First point of this tournament for Solomon, who's also represented Egypt at the Latin Cup.
دي تعتبر أول هدف لآدم في التورنمنت دي ودي أول مرة يكون معنا في الأمير دريم.
And that big 2-goal lead now for Egypt as Puerto Rico works back in. De Leon around the net, up to the top. Nieves didn't get a shot away. De Leon across, looking for Seals. Trying to throw it on net. Simon Ishak tossed it ahead. And it goes all the way down. And icing called here against Team Egypt as Seals won the race.
ده يعتبر دلوقتي كول الايسنج، فلازم دلوقتي فريق مصر يرجع للناحيه الثانيه بتاعه بورتوريكو.
Toma and Maguire picking up the assist on that last goal by Solomon that made it a 3-1 game. Egypt able to toss it out of the zone. Here comes Yassine Mustafa, 1-on-2. Mustafa waiting for a help. He's hooked. Penalty coming up against Puerto Rico, and a huge opportunity for Egypt to really put the screws on the Puerto Ricans.
دي دلوقتي تبقى فرصه لمصر، علشان دلوقتي جال البنالتي لفريق بورتوريكو. كانوا هما بيهدفوا، وقفوا مصطفى في طريق ان هو بيحاول يهدف على الجول. دلوقتي يبقى يكون في واحد دلوقتي ناقص من فريق بورتوريكو، ده يبقى فرصه كويسه جدا لمصر ان هما يقدروا يهدفوا دلوقتي.
And Nieves, frustrated, picked up an extra penalty there, a misconduct for unsportsmanlike conduct. That will not affect on-ice manpower. It gives them an extra 10 minutes in the box, and Puerto Rico will need a player to serve the 2 minutes for him that are up on the board. Egypt wins the faceoff back to start the power play. Toma looks all the way across to Abdullah. On goal, saved by Callahan. That shot whistled through some traffic.
عبد العال حقيقي الشوت بتاعته بتبقى يعني صاروخ، فبيعرف ما شاء الله يقدر يهدف من بعيد.
Ali up top to Abdullah. Back to Ali. Down low, Whalen. Ali let it go, and that one rose too tall off the glass. Zaid Solomon trying to keep it in from his knees, and he's able to with help from Ali. Finally, Puerto Rico able to poke it out. Here's Buonato short-handed. Buonato to the net, saves Saba. Puck is in the crease, and Saba able to get the glove on top. And now players tangled up here. Buonato and Abdullah going at it now. Santiago Dame throws a slash at one of the Egyptian players. I believe that was Zaid Solomon, who is being restrained by his goalkeeper, Saba.
للأسف دلوقتي كان في خناقة ما بين الفريقين. بورتوريكو مسكوا مصر من بالستيك، فطبعا هيبقى في دلوقتي بنالتي للفريقين.
Abdullah and Buonato still barking at each other as they head over to the penalty boxes. They will both sit. 40-year-old Abdullah and the 18-year-old Buonato.
للأسف في لعبة الهوكي جليد بتبقى فيه عنيف ساعات طبعا، بس لما بيجي أي حاجة خالص انترسبشن من الجولي كل الفرق بيبقى حقيقي بيتضايقوا، فدايما لازم نكون واخدين بالنا وميبقاش في أي مشاكل ونحاول يعني نبقى مسيطرين على طريقتنا.
Things very heated between the penalty boxes. And our official scorer needs to get some extra help from the referee to make sure we have it all down correctly. I believe the referee has signaled that this will not affect on-ice manpower.
لو تشوفوا دلوقتي في 3 داخلين في البنالتي بوكس لبورتوريكو، ف3 1 من مصر.
Actually, I am incorrect about that. They've just put up 2 for Abdullah. So Abdullah picks up the extra penalty. He and Buonato get matching calls. Abdullah an extra 1. That's up on the board. We get 4-on-4 for the next minute and 7 seconds, and then 53 seconds of a Puerto Rico power play. Pulled off the wall. The attempt towards the net was stymied by El Badri as Nabozny was looking for a chance. El Badri rims it all the way around. Traxler grabs it on the other side. Traxler tried to put it out in front. That one off a stick. Nabozny takes a look, flipping it in the general direction of Ortiz, but El Badri got in front. Resto steps in. Takes a look, drops the shoulder. Resto around the net. Over to Nabozny. Spinning away, put it up top. Seals through traffic. That was blocked on the way through. They stretch it on for Ishak. Has McGuire by himself. And he just fumbled it at the last moment. That puck just bounced up on him, went on edge as he went to shoot it. Ice maybe not the best right now. Lots of games already today. And the sun has been beating down at different times. There's Whalen on goal save. Callahan in the rebound, pushed wide by Toma. Refs off the bench. First on that puck is Axelek. As now it's a Puerto Rico power play. The next 35 seconds. Axelek dangles through, saves Saba. And Whalen able to clear it all the way down.
دلوقتي احنا في طريقة خطر للأسف لمصر، قدامنا 25 ثانية والفريق البورتوريكو عندهم زيادة راجل واحد، فدلوقتي لازم فريق مصر يفضلوا ماسكين الباك على قد ما يقدروا علشان ما يحصلش أي هدف من ناحية بورتوريكو.
Moved up into the offensive zone. Axelek got it all the way across. That shot up high on Saba. He's able to make the save. Egypt trying to clear. And Toma gets it up to Whalen and now stretches it on. Solomon a drive and a save by Callahan as Zaid Solomon came off the bench just after the penalty expired.
قوية يا سولومون، قوية. كان لسه سولومون خارج من على البنش ودخل بهدف، كان قرب يدخلها.
Both teams making changes ahead of this face-off with 8:45 left to go in period 2. Egypt with a 3-1 lead on Puerto Rico. And in case you have not heard the stakes yet, the winner of this game will move on to the knockout stage. The loser is done, and if they tie, we have a lot of complicated tiebreakers to talk about.
المباراة ده مهم جدا دلوقتي لمصر واي فريق، علشان اللي هيخسر الفريق النهارده خلاص ده كده الماتش بتاعهم خلص بالامريكان دريم نيشنز تورنمنت، فلازم الفريق اللي يكسب النهارده هيقدر يكمل ويدخل المباراة الجاية.
McGuire back for it in his own end. Up towards Zaid Solomon. High flip out. Lands for Ali. Trying to step around Seals, who squeezed him off. Segay slipped it on through. Taken away by Egypt. Ishak brought it back in. Simon Ishak put it right through the middle. Puerto Rico takes over. Rivera flying up the right wing. Rivera trying to cut in, taken away by McGuire. Off to the left to Pirelli. Tried to go back across, but going on for a change there was Salad Dahan Mustafa. Puerto Rican player blew a tire. Here's Toma, put it out in front, and it's tipped wide. That was Adam Solomon looking for his second of the period. Able to glove this one down. Solomon back in, try to toe drag move. Toma gets it back down to him. Solomon behind the net in front, and Pirelli couldn't stuff it. Puerto Rico is trying to get out of the pressure. They send it all the way down, and that will be an icing. We approach 7 minutes left to go in the second.
دي تعتبر ايسنج دلوقتي وناقص 7 دقايق في البيريد نمرة 2.
Face-off will be to Dylan Callahan's left, and it will be between Segay and Abagoshi. Off the draw. Moved around to the near side. Prianti trying to get it out. And comes up to the line. A drive right into the catching glove of Callahan.
مصر حاولت دلوقتي تهدف بس للأسف ما عرفوش ينفذوا، بس معلش لازم يحاولوا تاني. دلوقتي وضعنا كويس في المكان اللي احنا فيه دلوقتي على الرانك، فلازم نقدر نحاول نهدف على قد ما نقدر للجولي عشان نعرف نكمل بالفوز إن شاء الله.
Off this draw comes to the boards. Couple players tie up for it, trying to dig away, and it's chipped by Bornato. Has Nabozny with him. Bornato fanned on the shot. Suicide scrum behind the net. Egypt gets to that loose puck first, but it's played right back into Bonato. Trying to spin away. Bonato put it out in front. Yassine Mustafa able to move it ahead to Maguire. Knocked off his stick by Santiago Dame. Up to the near side. Bounced in, and icing called here against Puerto Rico. And once again, we've talked about it. This is a winner-take-all game. The winner will move on to the semifinals, and the loser is out. And not only is this a winner-take-all game between Egypt and Puerto Rico, that's what we'll have tomorrow in the women's semifinals. Egypt and Puerto Rico for a chance to head to the gold medal game.
أعزائي المشاهدين دلوقتي احنا مستنيين اللي يكسب من المباراة دي، فحقيقي المباراة النهارده مهم جدا للفريقين.
Chipped in by Bonato, trying to get back after it. Simon Ishak all the way around to Whalen. Ishak moving on the near side, able to fire it all the way around. Whalen let it go through. Shot from the point, deflected, save Callahan. Traxler stands up, and he got a shot that was blocked. Comes all the way back for Abdallah in his own end. Fired all the way down, icing waved off. Callahan has to play it away from the oncoming Traxler, who's upended by Castillo. And Castillo's pass went off an Egyptian forward. Santiago Dame tries to dance in. He lost the handles. He was surrounded by red jerseys. Back the other way comes Whalen. On the left wing side, had it taken away. This one blown dead. And it may have gone up out of play. Maybe an icing, hand pass, something along those lines. Something happened on the near side that it's tough to see everything that happens right down below us. But we will get a face-off just outside of the Egyptian end. Just under 5 minutes to go in period 2.
ناقص 5 دقايق دلوقتي في البيريد نمرة 2.
Tenacio able to fire it around. Maguire keeps it moving. Tied up along the near side half wall, pops out for Mustafa. Working in, hands it off, but Egypt offside. Their bench didn't like the call.
اوفسايد لمصر، اوفسايد لمصر، لازم للاسف بقى نرجع تاني للمكان الاول.
We got a face off right in front of the Egyptian bench. As Egypt finishes up a change, and the referee has to tell the Egyptian bench that's enough. Stop talking about it. Maguire dumps it in.
فريق مصر ما كانش عاجبه الكول، فطبعا حاولوا ان هم يتكلموا مع الرef، بس قال لهم لازم نكمل، ما فيش كلام في الموضوع ده تاني، خلاص الفاول لازم يكمل.
Behind the net, Mustafa looking to center. That was taken away by Atanasio. Now Ali, and on the forecheck with a steal. Ali throws it up top, sent towards the net, didn't get all the way through. De Leon able to block it, may have taken a stick up high. He reacted like he did. The referees did not call a penalty. Puerto Rico works in. Spinning away is Ortiz. On the half wall, sent it on goal. Sabe able to cover the post. Exelic tried to cycle it back down low. That was cut off. Pirelli to the right wing side. Maguire skates into it. Trying to squeeze around Castillo. Pirelli in front. That one sticked away by Callahan. De Leon after it. Around to Castillo. Up towards Exelic. I got past him. Egypt on the regroup. Shahata Oliveri moved it up. De Leon and Solomon after it. And De Leon right back on it. Ortiz fired a pass across. Rivera and Ishak after it. And here comes Simon Ishak on the left wing side.
إيشاك داخل بكل سرعة دلوقتي. لو تعرفوا بتبصوا على اللاعب المصريين دلوقتي، إشاك حقيقي واحد من اللاعبات اللي سريع جدا، صعب ان اي حد يقدر يلحقه.
Abdulal's shot was stopped in the rebound off the stick of Pirelli. Rode up out of play. About 2.5 left to go in the second period. Egypt has a 3-1 lead on Puerto Rico in the final men's Division I round-robin game. Puerto Rico without Nieves still as he continues to serve that misconduct. Dumped to the ice was Yassine Mustafa. Up comes Puerto Rico with the puck. Jimenez able to give it up to Seals on the right wing. Seals on goal, kick save Saba, rebound, lay there for a moment before it's cleared away.
عالم عرف يصدها ويوقفها لغايه ما فريقه قدر يتدخل ويشيلوها من ناحيته.
Rivera back in again. Goes on the brakes. Abdulal rims it all the way around. Resto towards the net. That one hit off a body and ended up going out of play as it hit the netting and drops. And there's a souvenir for a Puerto Rican fan in the front row.
شكل الباك كده دخلت كده على اعزائي المشاهدين اللي بيتفرجوا على الماتش، فهيضطروا ان هم يجيبوا باك جديده. ناقص اقل من دقيقتين دلوقتي في البيريود نمرة 2 في الماتش، ومصر واخده المباراه 3-1.
Kept in at the line for a moment by Puerto Rico. Good step there by Atanasio to cut off the pass. He got it back deep. Menes and Santiago Dame get there together. Menes able to soccer it along. Now Bandri moves it out up the left wing side. Atanasio takes back over. Santiago Dame hustling after it. He and Menes both overskate it. Menes ended up with it for a moment. And Santiago Dame couldn't bring in that pass. Now Bandri moves it around to the near side. Rink wide feed on the stick of Ishak.
ياسين البدري دلوقتي مع إشاك، الاثنين مع بعض حقيقي بيعرفوا ازاي يوصلوا الباك للناحية الثانية.
Atanasio and Trexler battling behind the net. Atanasio won that. And now Trexler has it. Trying to step out, and he hit the side of the cage from a sharp angle. Under a minute to go in period number 2. As it bounces past El Badri.
عشان تعرفوا بس في الفريق الهوكي بيبقى فيه 2 بيلعبوا على الديفنس و3 بيبقوا على الهدف، بيهدفوا على الهوكي جولي نفسها، وطبعا بيبقى فيه طبعا جولي من كل فريق.
Menes around behind the net to his defense partner El Badri. Sent it right back up this side. Goes all the way across. Yassine Mustafa cutting in, drops it off. Ali on his backhand. All the way around the cage, 20 seconds to go in the period. Ali towards the net. That was knocked back by the Puerto Ricans. Sent back on goal. Ali, a shot blocked by Resto down on a knee with 10.4.
معلش حاولوا يشوط بس للاسف ما عرفش يهدف على الجولي، بس ناقص دلوقتي 10 ثواني في اللعبه، وبعد كده هندخل على بيريد نمرة 3 على الهدف.
Face off coming to Callahan's right. One back by Egypt, but it's poked out of the zone. Now one last chance for Puerto Rico with 5. Quick shot by Ortiz, stopped by Saba. And that will do it for the second period. A tripping penalty was called right as the horn. I believe Puerto Rico will start the third period on a power play when we come back. Sally, thank you so much for joining me again and bringing the Arabic. One more message for the fans at home?
No, thank you very much for having me for starters. I hope, our viewers were able to enjoy some of my commentary here in Arabic. And again, look forward to joining you guys any other time, of course. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we'll see your women's team tomorrow in the semifinals.
Yes, we have the women's coming into the semifinals in the morning, so it'll be a good show for sure.
Very excited for that. Thanks again. We will be right back here from the American Dream Mall. getting set for period number 3 between Puerto Rico and Egypt in this final men's Division I round robin game at the Dream Nations Cup. Winner moves on to the knockout stage. The loser will head home and their tournament is over. Number 62 versus number 62 for this face-off. Toma for Egypt, Nabozny for Puerto Rico. We're back underway. Puerto Rico with a power play as a tripping penalty was indeed called right at the end of that second period, and that's why Ortiz wasn't able to get that shot off as quickly as he wanted to with time expiring. And a big push for Puerto Rico as Nieves has stepped out of the box having served all of his time. He will join his Puerto Rico power play, replacing Dylan Seals on the ice. And 43 left on the penalty. Sent over to the right wing side, Santiago Dame flying in, his shot stopped by Saba. Menes able to turn and fire it the length of the ice. Nieves drops it back, and Santiago Dame hangs out behind his cage. On the left wing side, Puerto Rico able to come in before it's cleared down by Pirelli. Puerto Rico trying to work back up. Nabozny enters the offensive zone on the left wing side. His shot off the pad of Saba, got it right back, tried to center for Buenado. That was knocked away. Working up is Santiago Dame. Into the offensive zone, makes a move. His shot stopped by Saba. Rebound available, and Abdalal takes it, and he will float it all the way down. Reverse for Atanasio. Pass off to Nieves. 18 seconds left on the Puerto Rican power play. Nieves blew a tire. Atanasio on goal, missed it wide though. Santiago Dame down the wall. Goes up top again to Atanasio, let it go, and he missed the net. Out of the box comes Shahata Oliveri. So we're back to 5-on-5 as Santiago Dame spins away from a defender, and Saba able to handle the shot as it came in. They got the lights back on here at the American Dream Mall as we start to move towards the later hours. It's past 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Still 2 more games to go after this one, both of them in the men's Division II, as all 4 teams in that division do make it to the semifinals. We have to figure out exactly the order and who will be playing who. It will be Pakistan against the Caribbean and Brazil against Mexico, and we will have special guests and a special anthem. The Mexican national anthem will be performed by a mariachi band, I'm told, so stick around for the final game of the night to see that. As Puerto Rico looks for a chance, Saba with a pad save, and I've also been told that ESPN's Arda Okal will be joining me up in the booth for that Pakistan game. Here's a long lead pass. Oxalic in alone. Saved by Saba. His biggest stop of the night, and the Egyptian faithful loving that. And now Oxalic is being sent to the penalty box. Egypt may be getting a power play here, something Oxalic did after that breakaway. Actually, the signal may be for a misconduct, so it will stay 5-on-5, and indeed it is. A 10-man misconduct against Ilian Exelek. Effectively, for most of the rest of this game, he'll spend it in the penalty box, and possibly the rest of the game if there's no whistles in the final 2 minutes. Faceoff will be outside of the Egyptian zone, between Mustafa and Santiago Dame, and time ticking down on the Puerto Ricans. Still early though in this third period. They certainly need a goal or two. And quick, here's Ali trying to add to the Egyptian lead. Had his shot blocked. Ali gets it back. All the way across. Menace let it go. That hit Atanasio up high. He's holding his hand as he heads back to the Puerto Rico bench. Nieves hops on to replace him. Meanwhile, Egypt still on the attack. Nieves off the boards, kept in by Menace. Down low, Callahan clamps the glove on top. And we get a whistle and a face-off. Egypt trying to continue and finish off this game and officially move on to the knockout stage. Puerto Rico up on shots though, 24-21 at this point, trailing 3-1. El Badri off the boards, out of the zone. Nieves at the red line, able to fire it back in. Menace first on it. Touched along and out of the zone. Seals retreats up towards Buenado. Has to get past the referee, but his pass picked off by El Badri. Toma tried to go back to El Badri. Popped up in the air, a couple players overskate it. Solomon couldn't keep it in the zone as it came to him on his backhand. And we get an offside call. Again, the Egyptian cheering section, very big. So is the Puerto Rican cheering section. We've certainly seen more and more fans throughout this tournament as it's gone along for all sides. Both Egypt and Puerto Rico with the men's and the women's team here, already with some extra built-in fans. Shot from the outside, knocked down by Saba. And it's cleared all the way back down. That will be an icing against Egypt. And a big Egyptian contingent down behind the net that Saba currently occupies. Very excited to see those couple of second period goals. As you see those, again, those fantastic jerseys, that fantastic logo. I talked about it with Sally Osman during the women's Egyptian game when she was speaking English and not Arabic, about how great that logo is. And the Egyptian team nice enough to gift me a hat with that awesome logo, the King Tut with the vintage hockey mask on it and the cross sticks behind it. So cool, and I am very happy to take home that souvenir. Castillo works in for Puerto Rico. His shot whistles wide. Couple players go tumbling, bit of a yard sale as a couple sticks ended up on the ice. Outside try, taken in and held onto by Callahan. Face-off will be to Dylan Callahan's left, under 10 to go. Team Puerto Rico needs to mount a comeback for a chance at continuing on. Traxler across to Ishak. He has a goal in this game. Cuts to the middle. Ishak fanned on the shot. Ishak on it again. Tries to turn the corner. Across McGuire. Traxler in the slot. Couldn't load it up. McGuire or pardon me, Nieves on it. Nieves over towards Seals. Pass up, Puerto Rico escapes their zone. Rivera, but his pass behind Nabozny. Comes all the way around to the near side. Nieves on it there. Egypt in the midst of a change. Rivera looks to toss it in deep. Comes up towards De Leon off his stick. Maguire able to bounce it up further. Mustafa's shot off a stick and up out of play. Face-off will be to Callahan's left, deep in Puerto Rico territory. Worked around behind the net. Centering pass by Mustafa, up off a stick. El Badri looks to get it down deep, down and around. Castillo and Ali get there together. Bodying on top of the puck. Yassine Mustafa trying to pull it out, and he does. Put it out in front, and Zaid Soliman couldn't get a shot off. Ortiz on the left wing side, drops the shoulder, couldn't sweep it out in front. El Badri now scoops it up. El Badri off the boards, back on it, has Soliman going to the net, tried to get it there, but couldn't. And back comes Puerto Rico the other way, trying to fly up on a counterattack. Nieves steps around Menace, centering feed. Buenado had his shot come back to him, and Saba finally able to make the save as Puerto Rico did get it on net. Lights are back on here again at the Mall at American Dream. So we got a face-off coming deep in the Egyptian end. About 7.5 minutes left to go. If you're Puerto Rico, certainly would like to get one in these next couple of minutes. Give yourself some real belief you can get back and tie this game. And again, if this game ends in a tie, some convoluted tiebreakers would be at play between these two teams and Team Armenia. That shot stopped by Callahan. But if one of the teams wins it, then Armenia and whoever wins is in. And the team that loses this game is out. Moved around to the near side. Rivera able to slip it out. Bagush collides with his teammate. Traxler trying to get back to it. Traxler going to get the shot away. Puck ends up in his skates. And Nieves steps back out this way. Tried to feed it across. Came back to him. And now Nieves will skate with it across the Egyptian line. And that shot off the back glass. Abdalal on for Traxler. Over to the near side. Whalen trying to move it up, and he gets it all the way around. Callahan leaves it for Resto. Clapped back around by Thomas Maguire. Castillo overskated it. Zaid Soliman couldn't drive to the net with it. And now Castillo skates into it. 2-on-2 with Marlin. Marlin dealing with a broken stick out there on the ice. Got it back to Castillo behind the net. Couple players tied up, looking for that puck. Egyptian player down on top of it. Finally pops loose for Maguire. Maguire working in on the right wing side. Shouldered into the boards by Resto. Ali trying to cycle it back down. Fed up and out, and here comes Nabozny. Working in, his shot Stopped by Saba. Another good chance for Roberto Nabozny. And Saba, who's had the answer all night, makes another big save to keep Egypt up by 2. Toma takes a look and will chip it around Seals. He's put down to the ice. Nieves fed a pass up. Santiago Dame stepping over to the offensive blue line on the backhand, shouldered away. De Leon on the follow-up attempt. Couldn't get it all the way through as Egypt blocked it away and cleared the zone. Approaching 4.5 to go in period 3. And it looks like Saba's mask has a strap loose. So we will get a whistle and we'll get another face-off. And we wonder at what point might Puerto Rico think about pulling Dylan Callahan. They need to for their tournament lives. And Saba is going to be getting a new mask, courtesy of tonight's backup goaltender, Andrew Saleh. Always good to have 2 goaltenders. And equipment issues, one reason why. So Saba back in with a different mask, and we play on. Resto. Let it on out. De Leon tries to keep pushing through, couldn't do it. Dumped in by Justin Okwet. Resto now off the back of Nabozny. We've seen Mustafa trying to make a play on it. Now Okwet trying to spin back towards the offensive end, and he claps it around. Under 4 to play. This one deflected in. Abdelal, first one on it behind his own net. Traxler couldn't move it out. Castillo backhands it around. Abdelal on for Ishak. Off the glass, out of the zone. And then a big hard hit thrown by Puerto Rico. Draws a penalty. Ishak was knocked to the ice by Bryce Jimenez. That drew a crowd. It sends Jimenez to the box. And a big blow to Team Puerto Rico's chances of coming back in this game. Jimenez, who represented Team Caribbean at the LATAM Cup, sits in the box for the first time at this Dream Nations. 2 minutes up on the board for him. And if you're good at math, you'll know that there will be 1 minute and 29 seconds left on the clock when he comes out, unless Puerto Rico can score shorthanded and trigger the jailbreak rule. But a big Egyptian power play here. They can kill some time and maybe even put it away. Off the faceoff, just sent right down by Nabozny. Egypt just trying to waste time back in their own end. Again, our next game, by the way, is the last one for Men's Division 1. Next game, Men's Division 2, Caribbean versus Pakistan. And I will have ESPN's Arda Okal up here in the booth with me. And maybe if I'm lucky, Arda will add me on LinkedIn. Ishak blew a tire as he turned the corner. Whalen up to the point. Abdelal back down to Whalen. Abdelal once again. Whalen trying to work away from Castillo. McGuire to the slot. Ishak pass over. They score! That might be the dagger as Traxler gets a power play goal to make it 4-1 Egypt. Tic-tac-toe passing from the Egyptians on the man advantage. Sammy Trexler has his first goal of this tournament. He has spent the last 5 years in Switzerland's 4th division and Switzerland's 3rd division, helping EHC Dubendorf to a promotion from Swiss 4 to Swiss 3. Has also represented Egypt at previous tournaments in the couple of Latin Cups and an Arab Cup. He scores a huge goal here. And now Abdalal is being asked to go to the penalty box, I believe. Maybe something was said from the Egyptian bench that drew the referee's ire. We will get a timeout, I believe called by Puerto Rico here. A 4-1 lead for Egypt, about 2.5 remaining. In a game that the Egyptians and the Puerto Ricans had to have, the winner was going to move on. And the loser is going home to finish in 5th place in the men's Division 1. And a tie again would have been very convoluted and gotten Armenia involved in some wild tiebreakers. At this point, as it stands, if Egypt finishes this one off, they will face Central America in the semifinal, and Indigenous will take on Armenia, a rematch of the best game of this tournament, which happened a few hours ago here, a 6-6 draw between Team Indigenous and Team Armenia. Oh, those two again, we matching up again if Egypt can hang on to this lead. Face-off coming here at center. And we continue on. Nabosny with Callahan heading to the bench. Extra attacker out for Puerto Rico. They need 3. Nieves throws it over top of the net. They work behind the cage, stop attempt, and it doesn't go for Puerto Rico. This one cleared out all the way down. And it will not be an icing as Puerto Rico is actually on the power play thanks to the penalty by Abdalal. So a 6-on-4 attack here for Puerto Rico with the extra attacker. Under 2 to go. Need some urgency here from the Puerto Ricans. Nieves sent it across. Now Bosny back to the line. Santiago Dame shot off a stick, and it rides up out of play. Egypt did not face Central America in the round robin. So that would be a first-time matchup at this Dream Nations. If it were to transpire, and as Egypt hits the empty net, it looks all but finalized. 5-1 for the Egyptians, and Menace is the one who gets the goal. Again, the jailbreak rule. Back to 5-on-5 now. Well, it looks like Egypt will finish second in the men's Division 1. A great finish after losing 6-0 on day 1 to Team Armenia. And they will get Central America in the semis. Meanwhile, Puerto Rico's tournament is over. And they beat Armenia in what was a huge game last night. An incredible game, a bit of an upset win for the Puerto Ricans, but unable to keep that momentum. And they will fall today to Team Egypt. First time in the tournament for Team Puerto Rico. And again, a solid showing thanks to the win against Armenia. Just overpowered today by Team Egypt, and a big part of that, Saba in between the pipes. Puerto Rico trying to push up. It's bounce back. Whalen across to Traxler as Whalen going to net, fanned on the shot. Ends up on the far side. 37 seconds left to go. Cleared all the way down. Icing waved off as it dies short of the icing line. Working in. Traxler up off the protective netting and out of play. Whalen won the faceoff back. Shot blocked on the way through. Tossed out by Sam De Leon, number 93. Maguire back in. Final 10. Egypt came in. These two teams needed a win to move to the semifinal, and it's Egypt who gets it done. They're moving on to the knockout stage. Well, Puerto Rico's tournament is over, and Egypt gets the huge victory to end the Men's Division I round robin stage. Your final standings in Men's Division I, Team Indigenous at the top. Team Egypt, or Team Central America will finish second with 4 points. Team Egypt will finish third, also with 4 points. Those two will match up. And then Team Armenia finishes fourth to take on Indigenous in their semifinal meeting. Team Puerto Rico finishes fifth at 1-2 with 2 points. And Team South Korea 0-3 in last place of Men's Division I. That's going to do it for me for this game. Stick around. Men's Division II has a lot to figure out. And who will be facing who in the semifinals. Much more action coming up from the Dream Nations Cup. And you can find that stream on the Dream Nations Cup YouTube channel, dreamnationscup.com/live. Be sure to like and subscribe us there. And we will see you then in just a few minutes, 7 o'clock p.m. puck drop for our first Men's Division II round robin game of the day.